Hi, my name is Ginger, and this is one of my cats, Sammy, and he's not too anxious to sit with me right now. And I have two cats, Sammy and Lucas, and then I give them wet food, and I don't have to worry about the dry food or the water on a daily basis because I have an automatic dry food feeder, and we have a cat fountain that I really love because it moves the water all the time, and they really like that. They're both very sweet cats, and I'm not lonely with cats in the house because I can talk to them, and that's pretty good. I like having them around. Before I had the automatic litter box, I had two fairly large litter boxes with they had a partial cover to keep the litter from spilling out so much when they dug in their litter afterwards. And I would get up every morning and scoop the litter and clean everything up and sweep up the litter that had gotten out. And now all I have to do is get up and feed the cats their wet food. I don't have to worry about the litter at all. I worry about it maybe twice a week. I just pull the bag out and throw it in the trash can. There's very little litter on the floor, and I've not noticed much dust at all, and that's been really great because that cuts back on my cleaning time and my other time. It's much better, saving time, keeping my house cleaner and smelling better. And then when my ex-husband talked about getting one, he has a Maine Coon cat, and he said that worked really well with that cat because he was so large. And so then he got one for my son, and they just raved about all of it. And I really liked what they had to say about it. I like the safety features. I like the home run pet is safe too. That's a big concern of mine. So it turns off when they're near it. It doesn't have any movements. And I like that because I know that they're safe and I feel okay about them using the litter box. Overall, it's a great company. They're very supportive, and I think they have my pet's interest at heart. I think that's a big part of what they do. And I appreciate that because everybody loves their pets and feels like they're your children. And I appreciated that they have done everything that they needed to do in supporting me with this product.
I'm Billy Clark, and I live in Jersey, Georgia.
My name is Robert Clark. Live in the Conyers area.
Cleaning litter boxes every day. We tried so many different things with our litter boxes. They made such a mess, so we put the hoods back on. But just having to clean them by hand every day, and the odor, and then of course, having to clean them out, completely dump the litter out and clean them out by hand, but just, it's a mess. It stinks. It's a mess. So that was the challenge.
I looked at a lot of different other self-cleaning litter boxes. I read the reviews, I've seen YouTube videos of them, and honestly, I didn't feel like spending that kind of money on something that I would probably end up throwing away. So my father got one of the Home Run Pet self-cleaning litter boxes, and he had it for about 2 to 3 months. And I saw how it operated, and I saw how well he loved it. So that's when, I want to say that they all adapted pretty quickly. I guess they were more shocked that there was less litter. 5 litter boxes to 1. I'm assuming they would walk in and just kind of look around and say, hey, where are all our litter boxes? But yeah, I was really, really, really surprised on how quickly they adapted to it. It's like, they had that thing for months. They just walked in, used it. They knew exactly what to do. I really do think the biggest benefit is that they seem to be less stressed. Cats are territorial, so each one had its own litter box. And, if one cat went to another one, sometimes it might cause an issue. But with this, since it cleans every time after a cat has been in there,
So the biggest change, that's the biggest thing, is not having to clean that. Bend over, scoop it out, refresh. That's the biggest thing, which is the most important. It's just so much easier to have. All of the litter stays contained in the little box. You don't even have to worry about scooping out the litter because it just dumps into a bag, and you just pull the bag out and throw the bag in the trash. So you don't ever have to touch any of the litter. It's really nice. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to smell it. It's the greatest thing ever. And just gives us, a good feeling about how long they'll live and their quality of life.